You're perfect. I got distracted because I see, is it, you said it's Miss Ava, Professor?
Yes, Alva, Chef
Oh, Miss
Alva.
Alva. Okay, I didn't want to say it wrong. That's why I
Alva.
wanted to make sure I
It's
got
all
you right
right.
before I even said anything. But I see you
Alva,
smiling back there.
uh-huh.
I'm gonna go ahead and bring you in. She said she had something to say for her, so I'm gonna let you
Yes,
slide on
yes.
in, Miss Alva. I just wanted to say it right, Chef Alva.
Mm-hmm.
How you
Hey,
doing, love?
Queen.
Hey,
Hey,
how
how
you
you doing?
doing?
Make sure you unmute your mic. Let me unmute you for you.
Okay, I got
There
it.
you go.
There you
All
go.
right.
All
Hello
right,
to
How you
Alva.
doing,
all.
love?
How
Hey,
you
hey,
How
doing?
you
love.
doing? What's
I'm
up?
good. I'm good in the sense I say I'm good because I'm breathing. So that's
Yes,
takes
Absolutely.
to
I
just
like
know
that.
you are
Mm-hmm.
good. But then there's a lot of emotions that are messy within that good. But
Yeah.
the breath of life expounds all of that, overcomes all of that.
Very
Um,
true.
Putting the work in.
Mm-hmm.
How
Yes.
you guys doing?
Good. How are
Actually doing
you?
pretty good. How you doing? It's a good night. I
Yes,
love all
Good
the
to see
energy on
you.
here,
Good to
all the
see
love
you.
that's been
absolutely.
flowing through here today. So
Yeah.
Glad
I
to
thank you
see
for
you,
wanting to even
Alva.
slide in. Thank you for liking what we talking about
Yeah.
Yeah.
enough to even want
Yeah.
to
True.
slide in because that's our goal. So that's what we're trying to do,
Yeah, well,
of
I,
Yes,
course.
Alva.
Pam keeps me informed of what she's doing here, and I like to stay informed of what she's doing. I love what she's
Mm-hmm.
doing. I do similar things on my platform, the Hummingbirds
Yes,
on one.
ma'am.
I haven't done anything for months now though, because I had to take a break away
Mm-hmm.
because of mental health. Oh
Understood.
my
Yeah.
gosh, this mental health is something else when you have it. You see, I get emotional sometimes
Mm.
talking,
Which is okay because we
but
want that
yeah,
It's
here.
it's
okay.
okay.
Speak your
It's
It's
piece. You
okay.
good.
okay.
I've learned how to be okay with that because I
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
let it have its way sometime and pour out of me, but yet at the same time manage it and understand it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't
Absolutely.
understand all of the components about it. And
Yes.
a lot of us have it because of trauma. Mine is
Mm-hmm.
not, I don't think all of that, but I know that I'm wired weirdly, which
It's
causes
okay.
the
We
Don't
mental
even
all
health.
label
wired.
it.
Yeah.
Don't
Don't
even
even
you
say
don't even
weird.
label that. Don't
Nah.
even
No.
We
put
are
stuff
Well,
like that.
peculiar.
hey, the
I
Yeah,
know
wire
we
what
are
you
and
mean.
are
peculiar.
connected
Mm-hmm.
different.
Exactly.
So
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That
with
So
part.
am I.
imbalances and those imbalances, I have come to just say, well, this is who I am. This is part of me. But how do
Mm-hmm.
I live a life, the best life that I want to live, and not let this keep me on this roller coaster ride of ups and downs, highs and lows?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's difficult. It's difficult, but sometimes
Oh
I
yeah.
just all it is. One thing that I have that I hold on to is God's grace, His love, His covenant, to know that and His word and His purpose for me. And as long as I'm doing that or walking in it, because not all the time are we doing it, but I'm prepared, I'm willing, then that's a good life for me.
I
You
know that's
understand?
right.
Exactly.
Yeah,
I had to
that's
Exactly.
drop the
one.
scripture.
Yes.
Yeah,
I had to
yeah,
drop the scripture on
Yeah,
that one.
yeah, yeah,
It's at the
yeah,
roll
yeah.
across the bottom. I had something ready for you because
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
I saw
you
yeah,
that.
giving it to
yeah.
Oh wow, thank you. That's
yeah, of course,
wonderful,
love.
Yes,
guys.
yes.
That's wonderful that you guys are with the same accord of me with that, and agreement with that, and understanding that. That's really wonderful, and
Thank you, Trey.
it's
Thank you
yeah,
so much.
comfort.
Yeah.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, we
Yeah,
are wired
I.
wonderfully, weirdly, wonderfully,
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
peculiar.
uniquely
That's
and
us. We
peculiar.
better be. We better
Yeah.
be.
Yeah.
And
We
I want
listen.
to.
I
I
want to
want to
Always.
be
say
Yeah,
as
real
weirdly
quick.
wired, as
yeah.
wonderfully wired, and peculiarly wired all day, every day.
Right. And that's so, let me touch on a couple of things you said, but right there with that peculiarness, that is
Mm-hmm.
so like, wow. Because what you guys were also saying as far as how we were raised and our upbringing, things we were taught and
Mm-hmm.
trained, we weren't taught to sit in our peculiarness.
No.
Yeah,
Understood.
We
yeah,
were
yeah,
taught to
Understood.
sit in the way they want us to sit.
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
You understand?
Indeed.
So now I am accepting my peculiarness and
Mm-hmm.
saying, with my peculiarness, I can still be the best me of the gifts and talents that God has given me. But it's hard sometimes because I still constantly have to peel away these things that I have been taught. for many years.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
Right.
Exactly.
it's really like mental health. You're in a battle with yourself.
Yeah.
All the
Yeah.
Understood.
time.
Yeah.
All
All
the
the
Yeah.
time.
time.
It can
Yeah,
get so
All the
dark.
time.
Yeah.
It
yeah,
can
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
so
yeah.
dark.
And it
Like
definitely
the
is.
opulent
But I
one
tell you,
said that we have layers. We have so many layers.
yeah.
And another thing that I just would love to just add on to this, just to draw from what we all said tonight, as we are in the water, in the scripture they talked about when the the handicapped, once a year the angel will come and they would at the pool of Bethsaida, and everybody,
Mm.
different people would go into the pool, and then there you had some who had physical disabilities, maybe mental health disabilities, and they couldn't get in the water because nobody else would give them a helping hand, or
Mm.
nobody, or it was so many bells and whistles to that situation. However, our opulent one brought it to our attention last week, which just stretched my brain and bust my head, which is so good. This is why she's the opulent one. And she said, you know, she put a spin on awareness on how we embrace mental health. And she said, this is not the first time that there's been signs of people having mental illness, just like they
Right.
treat it like it's a headache, like they have a headache. And, that's society as a whole treating our mental illness, our mental health, before we even reach the point of other things that happen, treating it like it's a headache, like it's going to go away. And each generation treats it differently. However, collectively, we can treat it like it's supposed to be, living just like this, living to work
Yeah.
compared to living to work compared to living to working to live. Two
Yeah.
entirely different concepts. Many of us came from the working to live. Should I say
Yes.
living to work concept?
Mhm.
Many of us came from that. Many of us are products of that. However, but it doesn't mean we can't change. It doesn't mean we can't create a new space and keep creating those new spaces, because it will take a toll on our health. It will take a toll on our family compositions, because the compositions, the family composition, household compositions, as Eric shared with us about his household composition. And thank you, Eric, for sharing that with us. You didn't have to.
Thank you for all that you
We
said. Thank you for that.
appreciate
Yeah.
that. We appreciate that.
Absolutely.
You and the Optic One, everybody who came on the panel tonight, we
Yeah.
appreciate that. These are things
That's a
that
lot of
people
love
need to
tonight.
know. You guys really love.
I
You love. First of all,
also,
you love.
yeah.
You love you. You gotta love you. And we encourage you to love you and love God, because God is the creator of you. You are who He made, and there's no other one like you, and that's a good thing.
Yeah.
I
So
know
here
that's
we
right.
are doing things collectively, because we are an asset to each other. I often say this, that we are a gift to each other. Like my children, they have been gifted to me. You guys have been gifted to me. We have been gifted to each other, and we must hold that so valuable that nothing can get in between that. You understand? So now here we are,
Absolutely.
passing through this pilgrim, invigorating each other. The scripture said 119, invigorate me on this pilgrim journey. In other words, how does that happen? By actually creating more conversations, working to what? Working to live and not living to work. Working to live, to make things better for us, to make things better in the workplace. And that boss factor, we are all, it's not even about being a boss. It's about living a life, being a leader in your life, and showing others how to lead and follow, because we lead and we follow.
Yeah, you have
At
to.
the same time.
Yeah, at
Yeah.
the same
If
time,
I
we
could
lead
say
and we
one
follow.
thing.
We came from a generation just said, okay, lead or follow. But technically, we lead and we follow.
I see
If I
that I
can
got
get
some
Yeah.
people on the panel. My mom and Eric want to both say something. So go ahead and
Yes,
chime in.
yes, go
I
right
don't know if you
ahead.
guys
I'll
hear,
say
but
it.
I got that. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, there's one thing. I'm sorry. There's one thing we always got to remember. Lady Alva, she said, it's being wired differently. Hey, trust me. And I tell people this all the time, especially in the journey that I have taken regarding mental health, is that a lot of us need to be right in the office getting therapy. That ain't in there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very
And
true.
if you take the steps
That ain't in there.
if you
Okay.
take the steps to fix your mental health, and you can be aware of it, and you can even make the slightest changes, you are to be applauded. Because I want to say it one more time. You got people
Shout out
that
to
you
y'all.
know need to be in there. Whether they can't admit
Exactly.
it, whether they don't see it, or whatever it is. So if somebody's weird or wired differently, well, I'm right along there with you.
Exactly.
Okay.
We all
That
are.
part.
Listen, we
But I-
need to
but
give
I can-
ourselves a hand.
Period.
Hey,
Period.
Yeah, we need
I'm
to give
telling you,
ourselves
so-
a hand.
so
Absolutely.
the,
Just for
the
being
journey
Period.
I
wired
have been
weirdly.
through,
Thank you, y'all.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you guys so much. Aries the
absolutely.
one, she put it out there and said we are wired wonderfully. And so we know we are wired weirdly and wonderfully. And that's a good thing. That's what makes you different. That's what makes you
That part.
stand out and stand up.